In September 2024, the YouTube algorithm told me to check out the Karen Puzzles recap videos of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2023. I was hooked. I also watched all the live streams of the 2024 edition that happened shortly afterwards and eagerly awaited Karen's new recaps. I found out that speed puzzling is quite a big thing and that there is a pretty big and, from what I could see, very friendly community surrounding it. And apparently, anyone can sign up to attend the World Championships. So on January 1st of 2025, only a few weeks after my own very first and not so stellar speed puzzling attempts, I decided to challenge myself and signed up for the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships 2025 in Valladolid, Spain. On Saturday, September 13th, one day after my 42nd birthday, I took the train to Frankfurt, spent a bit of time at the airport catching up with an old friend and a lovely long phone call, and after having to change gates at the last minute, I was up in the air and on my way to Madrid. The championship wasn't going to start until Monday, September 15th, but I had never been to Madrid before and wanted to see the city, if only for a day, and also wanted to seize the opportunity to catch up with another old friend whom I hadn't seen in 24 years. After landing, I took the metro to my hotel, and after a not-so-traditional dinner, I went to bed, excited of what the next days would hold. My day in Madrid started with a wonderful churro breakfast with my old friend Juan. I was so happy that we got to meet again after so many years. He gave me a ton of recommendations of what best to visit in the 8 to 9 hours I had in the city, and after a short walk together, I was off to explore on my own. First stop, the Palacio Real de Madrid, the Royal Palace. There was a queue out front and it was too late to buy tickets online in order to skip the queue. But luckily, the wait was only 10 to 15 minutes. I did not take one of those audio guide thingies and instead just looked and marveled at everything. they even had jigsaw puzzles of the palace in the souvenir shop, which, of course, I just had to take home. Right across from the royal palace is La Catedral de Santa Maria la Real de la Almudena. I caught the last few minutes of the Sunday service. La Plaza Mayor. Puerta del Sol. Paseo del Prado. Unfortunately, La Vuelta, the Spanish cycling tournament, finished its last leg in Madrid that same day, so quite a few things were fenced off and not easy to get to or take pictures of. At El Fuente de Neptuno, which was also fenced off, it was time for another refreshment and a snack. I walked past the Museo del Prado and went into the Royal Botanic Gardens of Madrid, a wonderful island of calm and many a manicured bonsai tree. From the Botanic Gardens, I went directly into the green lung of Madrid, the Parque del Retiro, literally translated, the Park of Retreat. I exited the park at Puerta de Alcalá, a big square reminiscent of the Place de l'Étoile and the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, and continued on to the Plaza Colón, named after Christopher Columbus. After a bit more walking, I took the metro back to my hotel where I had deposited my luggage. From there, it was only a 20-minute walk to Chamartín station, from where I took the train to Valladolid. I started my first day in Valladolid with a trip to the supermarket in order to stock the fridge in my unfortunately windowless and therefore very damp and very smelly Airbnb apartment. After breakfast, I walked through the city to La Cupola del Milenio, the Millennium Dome of Valladolid, the location of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship. This is Plaza de España in Valladolid. Going into that street right here and walk it straight forward. I am pretty un-German right now, and that I'm running a little late for where I need to be right now. But given that we're in Spain, I don't think that will be a problem. I see it. Recognize quite a few of them. This is so exciting. So here we are, the Millennium Dome. From the live streams I watched, I thought it would be much bigger, but it is rather tiny and hot.
Buenos días, bienvenidas, bienvenidos al Campeonato de Puzzles del Mundo 2025.
Good morning everybody, welcome to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2025.
The best I can say you is enjoying this week, enjoying Valladolid.
Oh no! Oh. The first technical problem of many in the week to come.
Well, welcome everybody.
After this small and technically challenged opening ceremony, I seized the little break to get my pairs partner Alex's and my badges, and how could I not? I got a World's t-shirt. Thank you.
Okay, are you ready? Can you put 40,320 pieces together in a very short time? The time will appear here. And I think we'll do a countdown from 10. You can all join in as well, why not? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, for the first time, puzzle!
This first event of the WJPC was a little mysterious to quite a few people. It was marketed as a world record attempt, but an attempt in what exactly wasn't really clear. The mega puzzle with 40,320 pieces had been broken up into 1,000 little bags of 40 or so pieces by Ravensburger, which were then assembled individually by around 400 puzzlers from all countries and put together into the giant puzzle on the floor by a select few other puzzlers. In my opinion, that is a fun event for sure. But is it a Guinness record? Is it Guinness record worthy? I don't know. A very short-lived puzzle pickup. And back into the box it goes. As I said, a fun start to the whole championship, but really only a world record in let's get 400 puzzlers to assemble 1,000 bite-sized little puzzles into one giant one in under 25 minutes. Next time, maybe have teams of, 8 people each assemble the 2,000 or 3,000 pieces partial images the box usually comes with and see how long that takes. That would be more of a record, in my opinion. The second event of the first day was more of a competition and could be described as the Puzzle Nations competition. 10 puzzlers were selected in each member association of the World Jigsaw Federation and had to assemble a 1,500-piece puzzle in as little time as possible. 3 hours were allotted. It was only communicated shortly before the World Championship that in contrast to previous years, the puzzle boxes would not be pre-cut this year. Instead, a little box cutting tool was provided with the bags. We can see here how not well they work and why this whole issue caused quite a ruckus among the community. Technical difficulties were still ongoing, which meant that only a timer was visible on the big screen. Also, the results of this event are nowhere to be found on the website. When I wasn't filming, I was also fanning down our team, as can be seen for many teams in the dome, because it was just so hot. And it was only the first day. The Dutch team finished first. And the German team finished second. Third place went to the French that were seated right next to us. With a quick fold, the puzzle went back into the box, and afterwards we all sat together outside the dome, where the shade had arrived and provided some much-needed cool down. On Tuesday, Alexandra and I started the day with a guided walking tour of Valladolid that was kindly offered for free to the participants.
140 years we have this space a market. Okay, still today you go inside, you can buy vegetables, foods. So inside there are bars, so you can go inside and take a drink and tapa. And also we have here another palace. This one is and also we have here more Spanish king, Spanish emperor, even born over there. Was so powerful. Why was so powerful Philip II? Because in that period, Spain had properties all around the world. Okay? All around Valladolid. After that, they announced the next city capital of Spain will be Valladolid. God, I promise you that you will help me giving help to my side. I'm going to do it sacrifice. And know that everyone knows that this one. Here in Spain, everyone pass, okay? And from here appears all the city. Here was the first marketplace of Valladolid. In the middle, in that sculpture, we have the founder of the city.
After this wonderful tour, we of course had to visit the famous Valladolid sign that I had seen in many videos before. Then we went to the pop-up store of the brand Peace Relax, where we participated in a lovely little quest line to put together a giant puzzle from many small sections. We also met Donna Louise and Jeanette there, two of the lovely puzzle YouTubers. And before it was finally time for the first of the individual competitions at the Millennium Dome, we enjoyed an extremely delicious vegetable paella. The first individual round A started at 4 p.m. Shortly before the doors opened and all the competitors in the round, among them Alexandra, as well as their supporters, me, entered the dome, trying to find their tables or a vantage spectator point, and to have a look at the puzzle bags from afar.
Up here to welcome you once again to this, the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2025. The competition begins!
Bienvenidas, bienvenidos, arranca la competición oficial. Vamos a vivir una tarde muy emocionante con las primeras series clasificatorias en categoría individual.
So the first 7 heats are going to be starting off in just a couple of minutes' time.
Yo creo que todas las personas participantes pueden entrar y pueden ocupar sus lugares.
If you're taking part, feel free to find your seats and take your places. Please, as usual.
We knew that this year every participant would get 2 puzzles to choose from. My theory from the beginning had been that they would put a rectangular and a circular puzzle together, a prospect I tried to train for but did not like, as circular puzzles are generally slower for me due to their particular piece cut. And they also take up more space on the puzzle tables. Also, after the experience with the kind of useless box cutters from the day before, and after a petition had been started, the decision was made to allow 1 minute before the timer started to choose your puzzle and to cut the stickers, which was met with a big round of applause.
Tenéis un minuto, nos quedará de segundos para esta cuenta atrás.
Turns out, my theory was correct. Here, the choice was between Lake Como and the Circle of Colors desserts, which was what Alexandra chose.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
35 minutes and 5 seconds, the first competitor finished. This was Alexandra's reaction. Also competing in this round was Moana, who was part of our team for the teams competition on Friday. Luckily, she found her missing piece and finished in 1 hour, 4 minutes and 22 seconds and even advanced into the semifinals. The time limit for these preliminary individual rounds is 90 minutes. Many competitors had already finished, and shortly before her own finish, Alexandra was prominently shown on the live stream. She finished at 1 hour, 25 minutes and 38 seconds, placing 110th out of 164 in this first round. Only 2 more people after her were able to complete the puzzle in the 90 minutes. In the break between rounds, we met up as a team for the very first time. You've already met Moana. Here is Eirik, and he's a super fast one. We went back inside the dome for the start of the 3rd round, where Ravensburger's rather lackluster puzzle choices for the 2025 edition of Worlds became very apparent. Not only were we getting old puzzles, but also repeat puzzles from previous World Championships. Rather than watch, we preferred to head across the street for a lovely meetup of the German participants that the Puzzleverein had organized.
I will check. Okay, Kathi. Okay, Kathi will be.
Die 2 reichen, wenn die anderen beiden anders sind.
On Wednesday, it was my turn to officially enter the competition stage. I had not slept well at all, and I actually was quite nervous. As it was the first round of the day at 9 AM and the early morning temperatures were quite crisp, the dome was also a little cooler. My round started on time, and I settled in at my seat in the far back of the dome, set up my phone and box top holder, and waited for the countdown. And then the thing I was most afraid of happened. I pulled 2 puzzles out of the bag, which I had never done before. Excalibur Forest, the only puzzle from the 2025 catalog in the preliminary rounds, and the Circle of Colors Astrology. As the rectangular puzzles are usually faster for me, I chose Excalibur Forest without further thought. Was it the right choice? I will definitely find that out at one point. And off I went. My nervousness definitely showed in my trying to get the puzzle box stand to work, and in the end I decided to just perch it on the backrest of the chair at the other side of the table. I did already feel quite discouraged at that point. Being a puzzler whose solving times revolve around that magic 90-minute cutoff mark, I had practiced a lot of recent puzzles beforehand to heighten my chances for a second run at a puzzle, because those second runs are usually faster. The hectic start here didn't help either. Apparently, the first minutes of sorting were also my minutes of fame in the YouTube live stream. It took me quite some time to really get going on anything. I had pulled all the edge pieces during the flip, but did not start with the frame. The light section of the deer caught my eye, as well as the blue of the waterfall. I had also pulled out the rainbow, but couldn't really find a good starting point to that section, so I put it aside for the time being. By the time the first person finished, which I had assumed to be Kati Reiner, but actually was Caitlin McGregor from Australia, to be followed only a few seconds later by Maartje van der Meer from the Netherlands, I was nowhere near done with anything and had maybe assembled a third of the puzzle. After the box top had been slowly and continuously sliding down from the chair in front of me for the first 45 minutes or so, I finally found a spot where it stayed still for a while. I kept pushing through as best as I could. Surprisingly, I decided to stand up for quite substantial amounts of time, which I usually do not do at home. After checking the time every now and then, there was a point when the realization set in that I would not be able to finish the puzzle within the 90 minutes after all. I still tried my damnedest, because giving up is never an option, but I probably lost quite a bit of the necessary urgency along the way. One thing I love about the puzzle community is that we all cheer for the others. Listen to the crowd cheering for Chana from Australia putting in the last piece 3 seconds before time runs out. Oh, what I would have given to be the one being cheered on for my last puzzle piece, or to get one of the postcard puzzles, or at least one of the other puzzles I had done before. I already had pretty strong feelings about the puzzle choices provided in the first 3 preliminary rounds. Undoubtedly, up until this point, this was the hardest rectangular puzzle in the competition, and I was the one to get it. On the positive side though, as these were new to me, I had 2 new puzzles for my collection. I counted my remaining pieces, 64, and waited for a judge to note down the result. It felt like an eternity of waiting, and even though I had sworn myself not to be too disappointed if I didn't get the puzzle done in time, which was always a realistic possibility, I tried my hardest not to cry. In the end, I ranked 129th out of the 166 participants in my round. After a little break outside, we went back into the dome for the 4th prelim round in which Eirik competed. He got and did Scandinavian Idol, one of the first puzzles I had tried my hands at speed puzzling with back in early January, and the other one was one of the Little Sun circle puzzles. As I said, Eirik is a speedy one, so he got the puzzle done in just barely over 38 minutes. Woo! After the last prelim and a bit of lunch, it was already time for the first individual semifinal. This was a much-awaited moment, as for the rest of the day and evening, we would only see unreleased and therefore completely new puzzles being pulled out of the puzzle bags. The first one was Blossom Walk, which Viktor Kacprzak finished first in under 30 minutes. The first sub-30 semi-final result at Worlds ever. Moana also competed in semi-final A and finished well within the 75-minute time limit. Congratulations. Semi-final B saw a wonderful Paris rainbow being pulled out of the bag, which I of course had to buy. This time, Kati Reiner finished first, followed a few seconds later by 2-time world champion Alejandro Clemente Leon. He had won the WJPC in 2022 and 2023. In the third and last individual semi-final, this cute kawaii chaos puzzle also caused a long queue at the Ravensburger booth. Emma Williamson from the United States was the surprise winner of this semi-final and couldn't even believe it herself. By the time of Veronika Huptas' second place, the lighting conditions had taken a turn for the worse, with the LED strips putting a red hue over the dome. Still, that didn't keep Eirik from finishing in an excellent time, rounding out a day of sort of personal defeat for me with cheers for my friends. Thursday was Pairs Day at WJPC. Alexandra and I were in the third round of the day and watched the first round from our respective Airbnbs. We went to the dome for the second round and cheered on Mona and Anne from our German contingent. Once again, everybody just shook their heads at the provided puzzle choices. I mean, did Ravensburger really expect the dreaded sloth puzzle to be a valid option? Only 2 of the 164 pairs in this round went for the sloths. All the other 162 pairs, including Mona and Anne, went for the cats on the shelf. And Mona and Anne did a fantastic job, finishing in under 30 minutes. And then it was our time to shine. And what did we pull out of the bag? 2 puzzles that again, to me, felt like a choice between pest and cholera. Alex and I had done the butterfly together once, but it took us longer than the 75 minutes time limit. I have the lupins at home and had done them once, let's not talk about how long that took, and I love a sky gradient. So we went for the lupins. We decided to split the puzzle in two, pulling out the edge by flipping, and then I would go for the sky part, while Alexandra would start assembling the flowers and the surrounding grass. So this is where we were when the scary loud cheer for the winners of this pair's prelim, Veronica and Anna from Poland, started Alexandra. This little moment is emblematic of the whole puzzle. Only basically 4 holes left, but the flower pieces did not want to go in anywhere.
Wir schaffen es. Wir schaffen es. Oh Gott, ich kann es gar nicht glauben. Ja.
It felt really good to finish this tricky puzzle in 1 hour, 4 minutes and 57 seconds, with 10 minutes to spare. And since there were less people than expected, 85 of the 157 pairs in this round would qualify for the semifinals, and we were in 82nd place. There was one more prelim round, but we decided to take a longer break, and I went some more grocery shopping and had a delicious salad for lunch. Eating warm food really wasn't an option in this heat wave. Finally on Thursday, the screen outside the dome had arrived, creating a much-awaited public viewing area outside in the shade that the buildings across the street provided in the late afternoon. Both pairs' semifinals were scheduled for that same evening and would also feature previously unreleased puzzles. The first one was Furry Friends.
The image anymore. He doesn't have to because he's only picking up the pieces. He's dropping them, he's rotating them in a hand and then sticking them in. It's so methodical, so accurate. Katya and Kiara, a little more chaotic. They're bouncing around, but they are so quick with their hands that they can brute force past. Look at Inga now. A huge acceleration here, right? They're down to about 15 pieces. They're at 25-12. Are they going to keep it under 25? Who is already coming out first? This is so close. side. And then they take the 45. This is too tight to be able to call. Oh my goodness. Katya and Kiara are down in last place. And now we're still playing for the top 5. Everybody has to keep going. 2 more seconds.
Michelle Casper of speedpuzzle.eu and Jim Eakins, aka Nerd Puzzle, did the English livestream commentary together throughout the whole week. And they did a terrific job. Only Jim can make speed puzzling feel like a high-performance sport. And congratulations to Moana and her pairs partner Ruben from Australia for finishing in 53 minutes and 44 seconds. Then it was time for the second pair's semi-final. We were seated in the back row to the side, where at least some breeze from the aircon fans was felt. Right next to us were Marco and Jessica from Hamburg, an all-German table again, like in our first round. We pulled an unexpected Frida Kahlo branded puzzle out of the bag and discussed how we would tackle it. This semi-final was an exhilarating experience. We only had 60 minutes to complete the puzzle, and finishing it was our only goal, next to having fun, of course. Having qualified for the semi-final was already a wonderful and unexpected achievement. Finishing in time would be the icing on the cake. I'll just let the images speak for themselves and for the wholesomeness of our puzzling community.
Müssen wir jetzt durch?
Wir haben nur 60. Oh Gott, das leuchtet an. Ja.
Geschafft hier, was geschafft?
Aha. Ja, Gott, das spricht nicht zusammen. Wie weit? Das war blöd ein Gedanke.
Oh, letzte 10. Konzentration. Ich will da rein. Oh Gott, du schaffst es. Oh Gott. Du hast es geschafft. Großartig.
Und alles einmal durchgeschwitzt.
Wir haben jetzt keinen Sprint. Ich glaube, es war jetzt wie so ein Workout am Ende. Ich hätte gedacht, wir wären schon über eine Minute oder sowas. Die 15 Minuten waren jetzt relativ langsam.
What is your time?
Way off. So we were like 100, I think. Like 90 something.
Well, then congratulations anyway.
Yes, we had fun.
That's the main thing.
I think my friend fucking Harry was really well. So yeah, we just weren't like meant to be there.
Ich habe einen im Eimer. Achso, ja.
It was not good time for us. Yeah.
Go, 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 go!
Friday, September 19th was Teams Prelim Day. We were in the second round of the day and met up in the late morning, all decked out in our fancy team attire. The four of us had never puzzled together before, so we did talk a little about how we would tackle the competition. Eirik and Moana are the fastest, so their puzzle preference would get more weight in our choice. They were also to be the main puzzlers, with Alex and myself taking care of sorting and feeding them sorted or even pre-assembled sections. The puzzle options were again a little questionable at best. In the first round, Disney and Christmas puzzles had made an appearance, again giving us a vibe of a big Ravensburger warehouse cleanup campaign. I mean, Christmas puzzles when it's 30+ degrees outside? Come on! So it wasn't a surprise when we also saw a Christmas puzzle among the 4 1,000-piece puzzles we were to choose from. We had 3 hours to assemble 2 of the puzzles and started with the Palacio Nacional de Peña, Portugal. This looked like a good sort, but the sky, as well as the repeating stone patterns, were quite tricky. After 1 hour, 5 minutes and 49 seconds, we switched to the Coastal Cottage illustration puzzle. After the competition, we found out that quite a few teams did have multiple extra pieces, which really complicated things for them. Luckily, ours had just 1 of every piece, and we finished the puzzle in only 47 minutes and 44 seconds, amounting to a total time of 1 hour, 53 minutes and 33 seconds for both puzzles. We ranked 30th in the end, just 2 spots shy of making it into the final. That would have been the icing on the cake, but we were still pretty happy with our result. And most importantly, we had a blast puzzling together.
Information on the pieces that
The camera crew caught our happy finishing moment in the live stream, and we also appeared in a sequence from outside a little later, happily cooling down in the shade.
Hey everybody!
Moana, Alex and I went to have lunch together, during which a thunderstorm rolled in. By the time the floodgates had opened, we were already in the lobby of Moana's hotel, puzzling away on the non-Christmas puzzle we voted against during the competition. Once the rain had calmed down to a drizzle, I started my walk home. As it turned out, the thunderstorm was so crazy that it had caused the screen in front of the dome to topple over and also caused leakages, which made it really hard for the teams in round C. So we were quite happy to not have been affected by any of that. This was such a fun day, and it was the last day of puzzling in the competition for me. I had a slow start to my Saturday and had watched the last team's preliminary round in my Airbnb before meeting up with Alex at a local shop, Tras 2, which seems to be a legendary staple among WJPC attendants. And I have never seen a store like it. It is a copy shop, but also so full with stationery, toys, and most of all, puzzles. You have to go to the basement for even more puzzles. They have the entire catalogs of most of the European brands and at good prices, so especially attendants without easy access to those puzzles are in heaven in this store. After lunch on a bench outside, we went back to the dome to watch the first final of the day, the pairs final. Unfortunately, the puzzle itself was no longer a surprise to most of the attendants, as the image had been leaked and then later kind of semi-officially confirmed by Ravensburger themselves. Veronika Huptas and Anna Kasana finish first and are the new pairs world champions. Followed closely by Kati Reiner and Chiara Dell'Antonio in second place, and Ellen and Inge Sinot in third. Then it was time for some pictures at the photo wall. After the pairs final, the organizers tried to cool down the dome a bit by ushering everybody outside. This was mostly homeopathic though, since emptying a hot dome without working aircon really doesn't do much, and it provided a rather hectic start to the individual final. The puzzle, called Puzzle Community, was new for everybody. It is not my favorite image, but it is a good final puzzle as it made things really exciting and interesting. Veronika Huptas, having already won in the pairs category, is the new world champion of 2025. Closely followed by Viktor Kacpersak and Kati Reine. Even though speed puzzling is getting more and more competitive as a sport, the community is unbelievably strong and friendly. So the top 3 all came together in a big hug. From our vantage point at the left barrier fence, we get a close-up of the finishes of Nina Schicks in 5th place, Alejandro Clemente Leon on the screen, former champion of 2022 and 23 as 7th, Kerstin Glaser in 32nd place, Mona Staudinger in 82nd place, and the Swedish competitor right in front of us. Eirik, our speediest team member and the only one of us to make it to the final, finishes at 1 hour 12 minutes and 7 seconds within the 75-minute time limit. A big congratulations. And then it was time for a picture of Team Error 404, Piece Not Found. It was an immense pleasure and joy to puzzle together with you. Sunday, September 21st was the last day of the 2025 World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship. First order of the day, a group picture of all members of the Puzzleverein, the German Puzzle Association, participating in the last final of the competition, featuring photobomber Annemie from Switzerland. Overnight it had cooled down quite a bit, and with the 10 a.m. start of the team's final, the dome was also considerably less hot than the days before. The teams in the final have 3 hours to finish 2 previously unreleased 1,000-piece puzzles, no choosing, the same 2 puzzles for everybody. As it had become common practice over the last 5 days, the bags were opened 1 minute before the timer started for the teams to cut the stickers of the puzzle boxes and to choose the order in which to do the puzzles. The 2 puzzles were quite different, with a busy illustration, Ladybug Lane on one hand and a Northern Lights landscape on the other. The Euro Jigsaw Jacks had started with the landscape and were the first to finish one of the puzzles. And then the Euro Jigsaw Jacks were also the first to finish their second puzzle, thus making Kati Reine, Chiara Dell'Antonio, Hanna Leikoinen and Viktor Kacpersak the team's world champions 2025. The O's and the A's with Ellen and Inge Sienert finish in 3rd place. And here we see the lowland linkers from Germany and the Netherlands finishing in 26th place. After a relatively short break to rearrange the dome, it was then finally time for the awards ceremony.
So here we are for the prize-giving ceremony for what's been the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2025.
Este aplauso no solamente para las personas que van a recoger cualquiera de estos premios, sino para todas las personas que han participado en este campeonato del mundo aquí en la cúpula del milenio en Valladolid.
This doesn't go just out for the people who take winning prizes now, but for everybody from all over the world who's taken part in this championship here in the city of Valladolid.
Grandes, de verdad. Puede comentarios ocupándose absolutamente de todo.
Michelle Casper and Jim Eakins had done a tremendous job commentating the goings-on in the English live stream, so they, as well as the whole media crew, received a well-earned big round of applause. Congratulations to all the prize winners, of which we see a small montage here.
Just 8 seconds, our best newcomer in the solo competition this year from Germany, Nina 6.
Revelación, mejor debutante. Y este aplauso grande en la cúpula del milenio. Rapidísima. Y Robin, de Ravensburger.
Well done, for Isa Puzzleverein. Well done, the third best team, third fastest team of 2025.
Grande este aplauso.
Our Czech Puzzleverein. What would the championship be without? They are the Euro Jigsaw Jacks of the EJJ squad. Well done, Cameron, Andy, Hannah, Victor. And they are your World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship team winners. The gold medal, fastest team in the world.
Nuestra admiración, además de nuestra felicitación. El equipo más rápido del mundo. Noveno lugar para una pareja que llegó desde Eslovaquia.
The second fastest pair this year, Kati and Kiara.
Subcampeonas del mundo. Se cheque de 1.500 euros para esta segunda pareja subcampeonas del mundo.
So the fastest pair in the world this year from Poland, Veronica and Anna.
Grandísimas, nos hiciste inscribir.
Victor Kapzak.
Grande Víctor. Este que de 1.500 euros. Enhorabuena. Fue una final alucinante.
4 kilos to give out to the world's fastest puzzler, 2025, from Poland, Veronika Rupna.
Estos aplausos que transmiten toda nuestra admiración. Cuánta emoción nos regalaste. Gracias. Completar este campeonato del mundo.
Farewell to all of you. Thank you for coming. We hope
And with that, the 2025 World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship is officially over. What a ride it was.
26 championships.
After all the excitement, a walk through the Parque Campo Grande in the heart of Valladolid seemed like the perfect way to let the past week sink in and to enjoy one more beautiful place in this lovely city. On Monday morning, I left my Airbnb at 6:30 a.m. to walk the 15 minutes to the train station. All the remaining puzzlers still in Valladolid seemed to take the same train, so there were many now familiar faces and the queue for the bag check was quite long. Luckily, I was one of the first to go through. I was feeling a little sick, which turned out to be COVID in the end. Luckily, it wasn't the only memory I took back. This was an adventure, and I am so glad that I dared to do it. It wasn't an all-around success for me personally in terms of puzzling, but the amazing pairs and teams days and the many people I met this week and the many friends I have made since joining the speed puzzling community in general make it absolutely worth it. Will I return to future World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships? Unless they change location and a few key organizing aspects, probably not. But will I attend other championships or speed puzzling events in the future? Definitely, as long as they have semi-speedy puzzlers like me. I have signed up to attend the German Championship in March 2026, so we'll see how that turns out.